Hello, ghost hunters. Let's take a deeper look at the new EMF. Starting with the new Tier 1 EMF, this old rustic device gives low accuracy readings. Players can turn this item on or off by pressing their left mouse, like this. These red lights indicate that the EMF is on. Its range is just 1.7 meters, so you'll need to be close to the item of which you are trying to get an EMF reading. This item is electronic, so it will need to be turned off when not in use or when the ghost is hunting. You'll get two reading types, 2 through 4, which looks and sounds like this, or EMF 5, which looks and sounds like this. Because the accuracy is low, you'll get random spikes which will move past the EMF 5 and into this zone, indicating that you have EMF 5. But more important is that the sound for an EMF 5 is different than any other EMF reading, so you'll want to listen as well as observe this to make sure you have an EMF 5. The Tier 2 EMF looks familiar, but it definitely sounds different. This item is only slightly better than the Tier 1 device and has a range of 2 meters. It is highly accurate though, so being certain of your readings and evidence will be easier with this item. EMF 2 through 4 sound and look like this. For EMF 5, all the lights will illuminate and it will sound and look like this. This item isn't electronic, so you will need to turn it off during hunts or when not in use. And finally, the Tier 3 EMF, which is an entirely new device. This item can track up to 3 EMF readings at once, with the newest EMF reading always displaying at the bottom of the list. As the reading fades away, the list detected EMF spots will move up in the list. This item has a range of 3.5 meters and is very accurate. EMF 2 through 4 look and sound like this, and EMF 5 looks and sounds like this. For your EMF reading, you are looking at the bars here to determine what level of EMF you are receiving. Each reading also has a direction and a distance indicator, so you can determine what item is giving you the reading. This item is also an electronic and must be turned off when not in use and during hunts. Once you unlock a new tier of EMF reader, the free item you receive in the van for every contract will be the tier which the lobby leader has chosen. You can change tiers by clicking here on the loadout screen. Each upgrade is expensive, but each EMF will cost $45 regardless of the level. So, is it worth it upgrading this item? I personally felt that the Tier 1 EMF was just as good as any other EMF. However, because of the range and the multiple readings of the Tier 3, certainly the Tier 3 is a very useful item, and in my opinion, worth the upgrade. If you're playing at higher tiers, with or without evidence, using this EMF makes it easier to complete the objective of receiving EMF. But for those of you who are concerned that the Tier 1 EMF reader is holding you back, no worries, this item works just as well as the following tiers. I would still recommend upgrading to the Tier 3 when you can, but it doesn't need to be a priority. A couple of tips for those of you having issues with EMF. First, remember that EMF is produced by objects that are thrown or interacted with. Those items, excluding parts of the house like windows, doors, phones, etc., can be picked up and brought to the EMF reader for a reading. That reading can be measured for 20 seconds after the ghost has thrown or interacted with the item. EMF 5 has a 25% chance of replacing one of those readings with EMF 5, so make sure you check items that are interacted with or thrown. Also, EMF readers are prone to interference from a ghost during a hunt. This interference can only produce an EMF reading of 2 to 4, but because all ghosts interact with objects during a hunt, these items can give EMF 5 readings if the ghost has this as evidence. However, holding the EMF in your hand will draw the ghost to your location. So, placing the EMF in an area where you can clearly see the readings may help you get the EMF 5 evidence you're looking for. In this case, the Tier 3 EMF may be more useful because it has a larger range and can pick up 3 readings at once. If the hunt ends, you can pick up the EMF reader and visually determine if any of the interacted or thrown objects are giving off EMF 5 readings. Have you had the chance to use all 3 EMF readers? Which do you prefer? Or do you have your own tips for using the EMF reader? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, happy hunting!